Well, you're watching Smart Money. It is time now to address your financial queries. Well, and to address your financial queries, today we have with us Hemant Rustagi, CEO of Wiseinvest Advisor. Thank you so much, Hemant, for joining us here at Smart Money.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, let's welcome our first caller and first query really coming in from Dr. Sudhakar Reddy from Qatar, who's there on Skype with us. Welcome, Mr. Reddy. Tell us, what is your query?
I am Dr. Sudhakar from Hyderabad, India, and my wife, Dr. Bharti. We are working in Qatar for more than 4 years now. And of late, I got interest in investing in mutual funds. We have two incomes. One is from Indian origin, that is, we have NRO accounts. Other one is income from Qatar, that is NRE. First thing is my NRO income, we have two buildings, we get a rent, which is accumulating in the form of recurring deposits and fixed deposits. In another two years, it may touch 7 to 8 lakhs. So I want to know basically what methods I can take. Can I invest in schemes like ELSS so that I can save on tax? Second thing is, as NRE, we just started this month only investing in some mutual funds. I have sent the list to you. So we want to invest about 25,000 each every month for a period of 5 years. So that makes about 15 lakhs each. So what I want to ask you is, as NRE, can I simultaneously invest in mutual funds expecting long-term capital gains? Also, as NRO, can I invest in ELSS funds? That is my basic question.
All right, Hemant is there with us to really address your query, Mr. Reddy. Hemant, what would you recommend Mr. Reddy in terms of his investment horizon?
Well, I think a couple of things here. If you really look at their existing investment that they have made, especially from the Indian income, I think most of it has actually gone into the real estate, and also the money that they're earning out of rent is going into traditional options like fixed deposit and recurring deposit. Yes, of course, real estate is a good option for when you invest for the long term. But I think there are certain issues of liquidity and the fact that we know the rental yields are very, very low. And problem here is that they are investing the rental income also into traditional options. It's good that they're looking at, changing their strategy right now. My view is that as far as the income in India is concerned, he mentioned about whether he can invest in ELSS. Definitely he can invest in ELSS. ELSS is one of the best option in terms of potential of return, and also the fact that, there's only 3-year lock-in period as compared to some of the other options which may have 5 years. So definitely for saving taxes, ELSS is the option. Another option that they need to look at is, because they are NRIs, they don't have maybe too many options for saving tax for investment. What they can certainly do is that if they change their strategy and start looking at, market-linked products offered by mutual funds. As we know, mutual funds offer different products in hybrid category, debt and equity. What they can do is they can start earning more than what they are earning from FD and RD. And also the returns are going to be more tax efficient. So as he mentioned, he's looking at time horizon of 5 to 10 years. So certainly there is a case for them to start looking at, hybrid fund, which can be, there are two categories of that. One is equity rented balance fund. The other one is hybrid fund, which have a mix of arbitrage, debt and equity. And of course, wherever they want to invest for a slightly longer period, they can look at, well diversified equity fund. On the NRE front, the income that is coming from there, clearly even for that, they can invest in ELSS for saving taxes, and as they already started investing in SIP through the mutual funds. So I think that is a perfect choice for them. So these are a fund for different time horizon. If they start selecting and investing in this, their post-tax return are going to be much, much higher than what they have been getting so far.
All right, Hemant, time now for a quick break. But to get our expert opinion on your finances, email us, call us, or tweet us. On the other side of the break, we help you understand the tax implications on the investments that you currently have abroad and once you return. Keep watching. Welcome back to Smart Money. It's now time to address the next query, which has come from Mr. Henry Pinto, who's joining us on Skype from United States. Welcome, Mr. Pinto. Tell us what is your query.
Hi, thanks for taking my call. Actually, I've been watching your show on YouTube and on your channel for a while now, and I like your show, and thanks for taking my queries. My first question was, I've been just to give a brief background. I've been working in US for last 10 years as an IT professional, and I'm married with 2 kids out here. And I'm planning to move back to India, and basically my question was around tax implications once I move back to India with the savings that I have in my 401k retirement plan. So over the last 6-7 years, I've been contributing towards my 401k retirement plan, which is sponsored by my employer, and I have substantial money sitting in the retirement fund, but unfortunately over the last 6-7 years. It's not grown as I expected. Maybe around 2 or 3% per annum is my personal rate of return on those investments. So I was wondering if someone could guide me on what are the tax implications of getting the money back to India, and what are the best options to invest that money into.
All right. Hemant, 2 questions in terms of a tax issue that, of course, impacts everyone. How will his tax strategy work for Mr. Pinto?
Well, I think let's begin with the investment that is already made in 401k. As per the U.S. tax rule, any premature withdrawal from this is liable to be taxed at the rate of 30%. Plus, there is also going to be early withdrawal fees of 10%. Now, that's as far as taxation in U.S. is concerned. Since he's returning to India, he can bring in his worldwide income for 2 years without paying any tax. So that is something that he needs to keep in mind. When he comes to India, he's talking about, looking at his retirement corpus and also the corpus that he has created so far. I believe the money that actually at present is also lying in bank FD. Obviously, if he's put money through NRE account, that's tax-free money, any interest that comes to him. But when you're investing for long term, he has 2 children, for example. So he has some long-term goals of his, like children education, maybe their marriage, and also his own retirement planning. Now, these are the goals where you need to start investing in asset class where you cannot beat inflation. So clearly, he needs to start looking at equity funds, and there are a number of good quality equity funds which have been doing very well for the last 10-15 years. He can start investing in them. Now, because he has a lump sum, he needs to be a little careful about in terms of strategy that he adopts. What he can do is maybe he can invest around 40% as lump sum, and the rest of the money can be invested through systematic transfer plan. Let me explain that a bit. Mutual fund also have options of investing in ultra short term and liquid fund. These funds typically give you better return than what you get from your saving bank account. Now, when you put your lump sum in that, you decide which equity fund you want to invest in. Then you give instruction to the fund house to say that certain amount should go on a certain date into this equity fund. So the bank will, the mutual fund will take care of that. So what it does for you is that one, the long-term money which you're investing in lump sum also will benefit you. Second, you're not timing the market for the entire money. So when you invest systematically through STP, what it does for you is that the volatility start working in your favor. But I think it's time that before he start investing, like I said, this is the strategy that he can adopt. Important thing is he should define his all goals, whatever he can. We talked about certain long-term goals. I'm sure he may have some short-term and medium-term goals. He should define them and then assign a time horizon and target. What it does then is that it will help me in having the right kind of asset allocation. So the long-term money will go into equities, the medium-term money will go into maybe hybrid funds, and the short-term money can go into either liquid fund or you have arbitrage funds, which I think are much more tax efficient than the debt fund. So if he follows this process and continues his investment through the time horizon, he will definitely get good result. Second thing he also mentioned about that he will be, looking at a new job. So he must create maybe an emergency reserve of around 300,000, so which will take care of the monthly expenses that he may have to incur during the period when he's searching for the new job.
All right. Hope, Mr. Pinto, we've been able to address your query, and thank you for your kind words, and hope we've been able to help you and guide you as far as your money is concerned. But if you still have any further queries, feel free to write in to us, and we will be more than happy to address it. Well, another query that we have got is from A. Srinivasan. He's actually written for his son, Naveen, who is almost 31 years old, in fact, and is an NRI who works in Australia. He's married and expecting his first child soon, and he gets a salary of about 4 lakh rupees per month. At present, he has around 45 lakhs in his account in Australia, and he has about 3 LIC policies for 50,000 per annum, and has about 2 ULIPs which are 4 years old and for about 3.5 lakh rupees. He has also bought an apartment in Hyderabad for almost 60 lakhs, and the balance amount payable is just 10 lakh rupees. He wants to build a corpus in 20 years for a monthly payable of 40 lakh rupees. He seeks suggestion on how to invest the 40 lakh rupees that he has in hand for a good return, and says that he is fairly aggressive mode is acceptable also to him, and he and his parents have medical coverage. Well, Hemant, from what it looks like as far as Naveen's portfolio, what they have shared, that they have looked into the insurance. We don't know really how much is the coverage per se, so don't know about that medical insurance, and while they have not given the details, have pointed out that they are covered, but the 20 years period, which is a long term and a good period, good long term that one could look at, and 45 lakh rupees, what he should be doing?
Well, I think my recommendation would be that, first they need to really focus on risk management. When we talk about risk management, we're basically talking about health insurance, which they have said they already have, and also the life insurance. Yes, I mean, he does have a couple of unit-linked insurance plan. We all know that ULIP are basically long-term, insurance come investment option. But I'm sure about one thing, that he will not be having adequate risk cover that he actually requires to cover his the risk to his life. So my recommendation would be that he needs to review his insurance portfolio. He just completed maybe 4 years. He needs to continue that for 5 years. But I would definitely urge that he should look at buying term plan, and if you apply the thumb rule, which should be at least 10 times of your annual income, because I think that is something that he must do. So apart from that, since he's already covered health insurance, risk management will be taken care of. He said that he's an aggressive investor. Well, yes, he's young and he's earning well, so he can be aggressive, especially when he's investing for the long term. But I think investing in equity is not always about aggression. I mean, we all understand that equity, per se itself is quite aggressive. So you need to work out strategy, look at options where you can curtail a little bit of risk and also get better return from the market. So my recommendation clearly would be, since the time horizon is 20 years and the lump sum money is available, like I said earlier in the show, some part of the money can be invested as lump sum in the equity fund, and the rest can be invested through systematic transfer plan over a period of time. I would certainly not recommend prolonging it for many years. Maybe that whatever money can be allocated for the long term can be invested in the next 1 or 2 years. Another recommendation I would make is that whatever money he can save on a monthly basis from here on should be allocated to that. Sometimes it becomes a bit difficult at this stage to ascertain as to how much money will be enough when you retire. So the key factor is look at, set a target for yourself, start working towards that. Also keep, increasing your insurance cover till a certain stage, and then you reach a stage where you know exactly how much you need. So continue the process, start the process, I think, which is the key. And I think so far the money has been lying in the bank account, which obviously is not the right investment option when you want to invest for the long term, because you are otherwise going to struggle to beat inflation.
All right, Hemant, with that, we have completely run out of time as far as this episode is concerned. Thank you so much for joining us and guiding our viewers with their queries, helping them with their financial plans. Thank you, Hemant, once again for being with us at Smart Money. Well, that is all we have for you today. We will continue to address your financial queries, so please keep sending us through email, call us or tweet us, and we will help you plan your finances better. Till then, always remember, wealth cannot be earned, it can only be created. We at Smart Money will continue to help you to grow and protect your money.